life is a big black six. Time won't set us free. Time is gonna be much other. Time is gonna be slow. Our life is a big black six. Time won't set us free. Time is gonna be much other. Time is gonna be slow. Our life is a big black six. Time won't set us free. Time is gonna be much other. Time is gonna be slow. Our life is a big black six. Time won't set us free.
April Pennington. That doll was purchased by April, and Stacy is actually holding the real deal in her hand. It's a beanie doll. Now, I don't know if it has any haunted properties or not, but let me tell you, it does have significance. Now, the uncomparable and uncompensated Lloyd Puddin Gullet could not be with us this evening. I know, it hurts. But we do have Sharon, who is going to do some monitoring of the chat room. And of course, I will be monitoring too. So we encourage chat. Just keep it clean, keep it decent, keep
I
it.
think Lloyd's trying to get in there. He was going to try to.
Yeah,
pop
I
in
hope
for a
Lloyd
minute.
does get in there because really, it ain't a party unless Puddin's there.
I think Puddin's trying to get in, but I don't know which chat he'll pop up on. If he'll pop
He
up
could
on
be
the
on any
YouTube
one
one
of
or
them. I'm
the.
actually going to give you guys the key to the kingdom so you can see the chats as they come through and they actually appear on here. But back to what I was saying, April. A lot of people have asked, well, how's the filming going? We're still getting things going. We've had to shift directions. This
He's
is
here.
going to happen. We're going to do something with this that I don't know of any other way to put it. And thank God that this thing's not run by the FCC. Than this, it's going to rip out your freaking heart because I want people to know her the way that the people who knew her in life were and how she was then. And there ain't but one way to do that, and that is to let you get to know her. And a big part of it may be through video and images of Stacia's voice and mine, her mom's voice. Um, who Sharon is there with you, isn't she? Okay. And, it may be a culmination of things. And if that's the case, that's fine. But one way or another, it's going to happen. There's nothing that doesn't happen without a few bumps in the road. Now, there's her mother, as a matter of fact. Say hi to everybody, Sharon.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for supporting the Mountain Mysteries, 606 Paranormal, and remembering and loving my April.
I think that was pretty well said.
Yeah.
Uh, I would like Stace for you or Sharon, either one, to tell people the story behind the beanie.
Well, you know, Sharon is absolutely the best at this. So I'm gonna let her tell you.
Sure.
Over here, Sharon.
Hi, everybody. This little beanie doll here has a lot of significance. My sister's little handicapped baby that April helped take care of, he was shipped to the University of Kentucky Hospital in the neonatal unit. They wouldn't let nobody in there to stay with him. So April went downstairs to the gift shop and she wanted to get some balloons and something to put in there. So she got the balloons and she got this little doll.
Now this baby, it could not see and it could not hear.
So she took it back upstairs and she asked the nurse if she could put the balloons and the little doll here with Matthew. And the nurse lets her. The nurse asked her, said, April, said, why did you want to put this little doll in there for? April said, well, she said, so Matthew will know that I'm here because it looks like me with my eyes and my hair. And she said, I like red, but the little doll has pink. So they put it in the crib in the intensive care unit with Matthew. And when Matthew got discharged, the little doll come home with him. April gave it to me. I've had it ever since.
Have you
And
named her yet?
if you looked at it, it's got the dark hair and the blue eyes and the long eyelashes.
Yeah.
It does. Did you name her April, or have you named her at all yet? Or
Well, I
We
thought
really just haven't really named her. We just, you know,
we
just
could name her
wanted to
baby April.
we just wanted to let you guys in on this little
now I want you to
special
look at that
thing.
doll, and I want you to look at this. That was
Yeah.
April. And then you look at the doll. So April was on the money. I mean, she was very much, yeah. They are, and the good that it did that child was remarkable.
Well,
Yes.
she know that the doll would share her love with Matthew, even though she wasn't there in
Yes.
person.
She's full of
I
love.
remember seeing
It's so
pictures of
good.
April with Matthew,
Yep.
and it was like, he was her own. She just absolutely loved her. It was,
Yep. She took care of him.
and before anybody freaks out, yes, I do have a panda and a pumpkin on my door, courtesy of my child. That's what you're seeing right there in the clip there. That's why I scooted it over so we could show the picture of the doll a little better. So we'll put that back over into the studio for you. So before we went on the air tonight, um, I can't describe how active it was. When our auto link joined up, I was off camera and I was off mic, but I could still hear everything that was going on.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being the guy pulling the strings behind the curtain. And
The great and powerful
apparently,
Oz.
yes, the all powerful Oz. I feel more like the Lollipop Guild. I really do. But tell me some of what was going on, because you had some very pertinent, strong messages come through.
Well, tonight is a little eerier than normal. I mean, even though I'm not in with the haunted dolls tonight, I'm in with some other haunted objects that have ominous past. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So I've set a few objects around me, and it's been super active all evening. And actually, Chris got to hear it. We've had all kinds of things coming through the portal. We've had different voices,
Singing.
naming different people. We've had a
Someone
guy that
sung
came on
April's
here.
name.
A guy came on and sang April's name like a country song. So I hope he comes back and sticks around, because I'd love for y'all to hear him sing. That was a good one. Then I've been asking direct questions and getting back direct answers.
Yeah. Intelligent answers. And by the
Yes.
way, Puddin is in the chat room. I wanted to make that sure.
Yeah.
And say, let me give acknowledgement to some of the folks in the chat. Stephanie
Yeah.
Blankenship, of course, Maddie, Carrie Blevins. Hi, Carrie. Helen P. Tracy Ferguson, and Puddin, Lloyd Gullett, whom I also sometimes refer to as Mad Dog 2020. Lord have mercy, that stuff's
That's
rough.
a bad name.
Yep,
Shoot.
Michelle Porter, love her to pieces. She's a longtime friend too.
Michelle knows what that Mad Dog 2020. We've had
Yeah, I'd
we've had
say
a
that
few
most
Mad
of us
Dog
here
nights.
do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, that stuff will make your babies be born bald
Oh
without
my
teeth.
goodness sakes.
Yeah.
Orange Jubilee.
Oh Lord. I don't even. Shannon Van Hoos. Hello, Shannon. I don't want to miss anybody. I hope not.
Yeah, we
Michelle
pulled up
wrote
at
who
that church
me?
on 1750 a few times, Miss
Michelle.
Michelle.
She's innocent. She was an innocent bystander. Barry
I
Pennick
mean,
just
yeah, I
showed
didn't mean
up.
to
Hey,
tell
Barry,
on us.
thanks a lot. So, I'd like to encourage you guys to also support us on Patreon if you could. It starts out at $3 a month, and starting tomorrow, you guys are going to get videos, and some of these are going to involve Stace, if she will, about what's going on, our thoughts about the gatherings, our thoughts about the mountain mysteries, us airing grievances, and us just talking. You're going to be in on the conversation as a friend because you are a friend. But anyways, it's on patreon.com, and you can look up the mountain mysteries. And if anybody wants a link, just shoot me a message. I'll get it to you. But every little bit goes to help. And you also get your name up in lights here on this thing too, just like you saw. I think that's the very least that we can do, because without you guys on Patreon, I'll be honest, at this point, we couldn't do this, because that's paying for all this stuff that you see here. So anyways, with that being said, we have got this little tiny video presentation to run that kind of absolves, or it absolves us of any, it gives you an idea of what's getting ready to happen. Stace, are you ready?
Oh goodness, I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Let's roll it in 3, 2, and monkey shine. I made the damn thing, and it still creeps me out watching it.
I don't know why.
It's just got that. It's got that voodoo that you do. And Lloyd Puddin says that he's guilty by marriage, and he loves you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Love you
and of
too.
course, hey, let me tell you, Michelle's already been absolved. She's innocent in all this. She didn't do
Oh,
anything.
absolutely. No, we've never done a thing.
Yeah, her and Stacy are completely innocent people.
No,
Mm-hmm.
we've never been to the county line when we were 16 or 17. We never did anything. We didn't skip out of
Right.
prom together. We didn't
And they're
do
replacing Ben Affleck with me as the new Batman.
anything.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, it's been super active already tonight, and I wanted to go ahead and get that
Yes.
thing played and get it in there so we can take advantage of this, because spirits, like people, can be unpredictable. 1 minute they're talking your leg off, and the next minute they've clammed up. So, Stace, let's go ahead and roll with it.
All right. Okay. If you guys are out there, are you still here? How about the one that was singing? Can you come back and sing another April song for me? What about if I start handling these haunted objects again? That seems to make you want to be more active. What about this one? I'm not going to show it on film, on the camera. So, what about if I put my hand on this one? Did you hear that? Stacy did it.
Mm-hmm.
I sure did. What about these? What about these shoes? You came through earlier whenever I held these little shoes from the 1800s. Did you like those? Did you have something like this? You said you had a dead infant. Can the mother come back through and talk to me? Can my guitarist come back? Can you come and move the monkey for me again? You always make the monkey move to try and scare me. Can you do it for the viewers? Hi, can you tell me what your name is? To the young lady, can you tell me your name again? I will. Can you tell me your name? Can the girl come back? Can you tell me what your name is? You know that the ones I've called out to earlier. Holy
Trevor.
crap. Did you hear that one?
Trevor.
What about your music box? When you came through earlier, when I was touching this, did you have something like this? See how active it gets when I touch that? She does. Do you want me to stop? You know, I would take care of it. Can you tell me your name? Did you play one like this? Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to play it.
I thought it was a music movie.
It's this box. Hello? Can you all play some music for me? Can you move the monkey? Or any of these haunted objects down here? This has a very ominous past.
Yeah.
What do you all think about this? Can somebody talk to me? Can someone tell me about this? Can you tell me what this was? Something when I was dying? Did they use this on you? Something like this? Gettysburg?
Gettysburg.
That was
You
very
have Civil War objects in that house.
I do. I have Civil War objects all over here. Here's one. I
Uh-huh.
have two. Did you have these in Gettysburg? Doctor. Were you a soldier? I can't make it what he said. Were you a soldier? And I'm going to bring out something that's even older than the oldest object that we have in our haunted museum. Actually, our haunted home. This is from the Cherokee Indians. This is the mortar and pestle. This is what they use to grind up their medicine, herbs.
Spiritual.
It's very spiritual. Have you ever seen anything like this before? He said spiritual.
Chris Cottle said to ask the spirit if it was a field medic.
If it was a what?
A field medic.
Something he said I was stationed. Were you a field medic? I have army swords. I have army. I've got all kinds of stuff.
In August.
I was in August. Can you tell me who this belonged to? I think it should be in a museum, but it's here with me. Do you know who this belonged to? Can you tell me?
To a trap.
A tribe.
Yeah.
To a tribe. Can you tell me the name of the tribe? Yeah, I read that. Can you tell me what tribe this belonged to? Okay, I'm hearing gun noises again too.
Yeah. Yeah, so am I.
Well, there's about 5 out there with the swords. They are encased in glass. And for good reason. I also have several soldier objects that were found on the soldiers. I have a lock of hair that's actually in a metal casing that was in a soldier's pocket. What about this old knife? This was from the Civil War. Do you know anyone that this might have belonged to? Can you tell me?
Yes.
Did you have one like it? And what about the shoes? Can you tell me anything about the shoes or the Indian artifact? Or these objects?
The shoes.
I sit under what? Did you have shoes like that? I sit and under something. Clearly, this right here seems to bring a lot
You
of.
can hear it better.
Can you tell me if you had something like this? To the soldier, can you tell me your name? Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Paul or Cole? I can't.
Paul.
Was your name Paul? 4th of July, so I was just trying to say. How about this one? There it is. Did you have one like this that you could hide? Sound like it says my mother's. I'm going to put these right here. If you want to tell me about them, I would love to hear what you have to say. What about this? Do you want me to go get some swords? Can you tell me your name? To the little girl who's been coming through tonight. Can you give me your name? Is your name Con? What did it say? I'm going to get these shoes. That sounded like it said go. Jackson something. Jackson County?
That's what I thought I heard.
Or Jackson Con? Is it Jackson Con? I'm going to look up Jackson Con. Are you moving the monkey for me? Move that monkey for me. Jackson Con. Civil. There, it said it again. Civil War. I'm going to type in this name, and I'm going to see if we can come up with anything for you, okay? Did you say help? Can you make this doll move that's sitting over here? Or you can move one of these, or you can move the monkey, or the shoes. Jackson Con, are you still with me? Oh my God. The Civil War. Here it is. And this is going to make a lot of sense because we actually have the violin that looks like this at the house. And here's what it says. On May 1st, 1863, Solomon Kahn bought a violin in Nashville. By the end of his years as an infantryman in Company B, he was with the Indiana Regiment. You go down here to where the name was, because I just read the name. There you are. I just had it. Civil War. His violin diary. Let's go back to where it says his grandson. He died in 1926, and he passed it to his grandson, one by the name of Jackson Kahn. United States Civil War Soldiers Index.
True.
Is there someone that is named Jackson? Can you come back through for me? I've actually gotten a couple of different ones on here. T. Jackson Kahn. Birth date 1834, death date 1872. Civil War Governors of Kentucky. Did one of these belong to someone named Jackson? Could you come back and tell me?
Bill.
Build or Bill? Build or Bill? I'm not sure. Was this something like you had? I don't let. I bet you didn't let very many people handle it, correct? But a few. I'm going to put it down there. And if you're here, I would like for you to make a couple of noises. Can you make a knocking sound for me? Or some kind of sound that we know you're here? Can you make the monkey move? There goes the singers again. Can you make the monkey move for us all since we're sitting here watching you? Can you move it for me? Did you have pictures like this? Did you have pictures that look like this? What did Louis just say?
It said the monkey's left eye just and it did because I seen it.
Did you mess with the monkey's eyes? Did you have pictures like this with the velvet in them? Did she say April?
Mm-hmm.
It sounded something like it. What about if we picked up this little doll? Do you know who this? Do you know who this belonged to? Can you tell me who this belonged to? No, I don't. I don't. I'm going to put the tin top back. Is there any of these objects that you've had or that you know? Can you move some of them for me? See, I can scoot them over just like that. Can you do the same?
The doll's eyes is funny.
The dolls? This one?
The pink one.
Oh, yeah. This one.
The left eye looks darker than the other one. The other one comes
Yeah.
baby.
A baby was. Did your baby have some of these? Did you like the musical instruments? You know, we have a few. We've got a big RCA dog out there, too.
Don't listen
Yes, you can choose. Which one do you like best? The rock. So you like the rock. I like it too. It's very, very old. There's that singing again. Singing when they're talking. This came off our hill. Up by the cave. And do you like this rock? That was April.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the voice?
Yes, I did.
I've heard like 3 times tonight that came through. Said something about April every time.
Same voice.
Can you sing for us again? Yes, from you all. No, I didn't get any documentation with this. I have some with this my Civil War objects that I have out in the case, but I didn't have one with this one. But I'm always kind of, looking to hear that. Get some validation. Can you tell me what other object that you like here? Ooh, thanks for coming at me with that. Thank you. Yeah. And I've been hearing like clicks.
Yeah.
Is that you making the clicking sounds? Is that you that tapped me tonight on the shoulder? Gary. Is Gary with us? Or are you looking for Gary? Or do you have a message from Gary?
Lord said he keeps hearing Trevor.
I heard that name a couple of times earlier, and one that came out loud and clear.
And the one that sang April was Trevor.
Yeah, that's whenever we first signed up into the system. Are there any soldiers that can come through and talk to us?
First.
Fight. To the girl, can you tell me your name? I've heard you twice tonight. That sounded just like April right there. Sounded just like her. I'm telling you. And it sounded like something, Chris, something. I'll rewind it and listen to that part. The picture's right here. The picture's right here. He said, where's the picture? The picture's right here. I have several hundred more. Did you like this picture? Or was the picture your second favorite object here? I'm hearing a lot of different voices tonight. Sound like some drunk people. What about when I hold this object? Can you tell me what this is and answer me back? Do you know what was found with this? I was just talking about it with Chris earlier. Can you tell me what was found with this? Are you firing off a gun? If anybody wants to come through, for anybody that's here in the chat room, the floor is open. Come on out. You know it's all love and light. Does anyone? Goodness. That was somebody a little bit hostile. Do you have a message for someone here with us? Can you tell me what your name is? Give me a sign that you're here. Give me a sign you're here. Move one of the objects. Watch on the screen and see if you notice anything about the monkey's eyes moving. It's like I don't know if it looks different on the screen from how it looks in here. Yeah, they do move a little. Yeah, they do.
Consumed.
Can you see it? Can you see the monkey?
I see that little dog I had a while ago was doing something weird.
Like the head was moving or something on that? Can you move one of these objects for me? I know this one you probably can't because it's.
You not to.
I knew not to.
That one over there in the little dog looks really, really dark, and it's over here looks really, really light. The same thing with the monkey.
Can you move this ball? Or can you move the little shoes? Can you tell me if there's any other haunted objects that you like that's here in the house? There's a whole cabinet of medical stuff. The eyes, is that what you said?
Monkey's left eye.
Oh, God.
The left one.
Are you messing with the doll, little monkey's eyes? What's your favorite object that's out in there in the glass cases? Can you tell me? What in this world? The dog. Is the dog your favorite object? It's one of my favorites too.
We know.
I know you know. I talk about it all the time, don't I? Can anybody come through for Angela? Can anyone come through for Angela? She wants to know if you're okay. I heard yes before the singer.
So we.
It said, yeah, they said so weak. So they're okay. Is he okay?
Who am I?
That John. It says John all the time.
Our comms
I count those pistols.
Yeah.
Are you counting the pistols that we have? That's okay. I have a few. Is Mr. Cohen with us?
It's me, April. Is that what it says?
It sounded like it said Underwood.
turn my other ear.
Or it's me under wood or under something. Mr. Colin, are you still with us? Are you the one that counts the pistols? Can you tell me?
I gotta try again.
Do you count these pistols? Would you like to have this one? These tiny shoes, is that what she said?
Yes, tiny shoes.
Yes, we have little baby shoes. I have several of these. Melissa, if you're out there, I've asked for you a couple of times tonight. And for yesterday, I asked for you to come through. Can you come through and let Cindy know that you're okay? We would really appreciate it if you could come through. Or if you need help, can you say help? Or if you're okay, can you let us know? Because we have our own thoughts about what happened. Do you have any messages for anyone in the chat? If you could come through and say your name, that'll let us know you're okay. Was someone mean to her? He used her? Found him. Can you get the people that we asked for to come up and speak for us? I think the monkey was moving. I could have swore I just saw it move, but it's probably it may be reflecting off this. I don't know. If you're here, can you show me by moving the monkey?
Move one of the shoelaces.
Can you see those good, Chris?
Oh, yeah. I'm watching it like that monkey would watch a banana.
The rock. Something about the rock again. Can you move those shoelaces for me? Can you move something for us so we can see you? It's a blessing. I heard that plain as day. No, we're good. Yeah, the room behind us is haunted as can be. That's where you hear everything coming through. That's where all the stuff's englassed out there. The room behind us has all the englassed Civil War artifacts.
They can move something over at Lloyd's. I'm sure he would tell us.
Oh yeah, he could go in there in the haunted rooms.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Can you move the shoe for me? I'm watching the shoes. Can you move them for me while I'm watching?
Across.
Cross. Really? And there we are. Did you like the cross? I did forget to mention the cross, didn't I? I'm going to put the cross here.
We seem to be having some problems across some of our channels. I'm getting messages that on one of our Facebook pages they don't hear nothing, and then another one can't find anything on YouTube.
It's on YouTube across. Let's see. It's on YouTube under the live videos. Hang on.
Under live videos, okay.
I'm gonna put a. I'll show you how to do it. So, folks, when you go on YouTube, you look up Chris Sloan Media, and then you're going to see all of the videos. And if we're live, then you're going to see this little red tab right here that says live. And then with that, you just click it.
I see.
All of the videos. And if we're live, then you're going to see this little red tab right here that says live. And with that, you just click it. So you see how quick I got her on YouTube.
Yeah. You can also see Chris Sloan live on Facebook. So.
If you're real.
And I'm even going to send a message to everyone. Just to show that there's no problems at all.
Okay.
Yeah, Sharon's on there also. She's not having any problems on YouTube.
Great.
Are you going to move that monkey for all of us? Thank you. Is it moving or is that me? Can you see it in there, Sharon? Okay. It's ice cold. It's ice cold. If you move that for me, thank you. Look over the dog snores.
Is that Enzo?
Yes.
He's a very smart person.
Can you move these? Okay. Can you move these little shoes for me? Easily? There's somebody's name. I can't make out what she said.
I can hear it better over in here, Stacey.
Can you hear it clear? How'd she something? Can you tell me what this is? Can you come through and tell us what this is? Can you tell us what it's called? Mortar? That's right. Thank you for the music. We appreciate that. Can you move it again for me? Can you move something else besides that? Can you move the picture for me? Sounds like it said Bobby. Can you move this little baby for us? Sounds like I said I did, damn it. Oh, thank you. How I'm watching this stuff, I'm actually not looking at the objects. I'm looking on the screen. He came. Did he come for us? Can you tell me his name? He won't. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I heard that too. I've heard like 2 or 3 names. One's Wilbur. Will. Yeah. The doll. The doll's right here. Yeah, it is amazing. I agree. Test ya? How did you test me? Sis. You said sis. Is there someone here that's your sis? There's something. It's in the doll. I'm all right there. And said a name. 2 syllables. I'm here. Who's here? I mean, it said something, her mommy and something else. I mean, it's crazy. The temperature degree, the difference in temp is crazy here.
Do you have a digital thermometer there by chance, or something that could read an area?
I didn't pack it. It was painful, something, she said. What was painful? Can you tell me? Callie? Kelly? Kelly.
Kelly. Okay.
Something Foreman. Sound like it said James or Janie or something. Wait. Okay, I'm going to turn this other spirit box off and I'm just going to run this one. Did that say? I swear it sounded like it said something man.
Are you moving your camera?
No, I'm over here.
Because it is
Moving?
Well, yeah,
You
it's
know,
kind of
a minute ago I thought it was moving too.
it's vibrating
No,
like a Harley that's on idle.
On the road. I'm on the road. Are you the one on the road?
Okay, that's
Has something. He talked to him. I'm Marcus.
Marcus.
Hello, Marcus.
I'm trying to think of.
Do you have a message for anybody? Just a minute.
Where is this?
The word is, does anybody else want to come through for anyone in the chat room? You know, you can use any of these objects. You can talk about any of them. You can move them. Plenty of energy around here.
Lord said them whispers is freaking him out.
The what's? What?
Whispers.
Yeah. There's been all kinds of whispering coming through, and they're saying names, and I can't put them together. Fess up.
I heard Chris.
Something like he fessed up. Fess up. Does somebody need to fess up? That was a gunfire.
Yeah.
Can you do that again for us? Money. Did this have something to do with money?
Lord said Dawn. He heard Dawn.
Oh, God. Thank you for coming through when I asked for music. We really appreciate that. We're getting ready to close up. Does anybody else want to come through with any messages? I heard. I'm on the road.
Stephanie Blankenship said, my middle name is Dawn.
Does anybody have a message for Stephanie?
Someone said Sis earlier, and that's what my dad called me.
Does anybody have a message for Stephanie? We heard you come through and say, sis. Tell him what he said. Tell him what he said. Correlate. I'm going to come back after the show. Watch its eyes. I'm going to come back after the show, and I'm going to see if you will tell me anything else. Does anybody want to come through for Chris? Because I know you came through earlier. There she is. Yeah, he's my buddy. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she said I can feel him.
Yeah.
Good, Chris. Can you give him? Don't touch it. Okay, I won't. Can you touch Chris for me? I'll tell you what. You can touch Chris on the hand or touch Lloyd on the hand.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over like a ton of bricks.
Can you do that for me?
Ask if there's an Eva there for Brooke.
Eva?
Yeah, that was her grandmother.
Eva, are you out there? And if you are, can you come through and talk to Brooke? Has anyone seen Eva? Anybody? Eva?
I did.
I did. Can you tell Brooke loves her?
Beginning.
Stacia, are you going to come through for me? I thought I heard you earlier. You know that the door is always open for you, as it is for April. We're always here for you, girls. And you know, if you need help, all you have to do is ask. If you can. Does anybody else want to come through? Brooke says to tell you that she loves you and she misses you. Okay. Thank you. Looked at the monkeys, what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I have been watching him. I'm actually watching him on the.
Great. Lloyd said, "Holy crap, something cold just went across my right arm. I about peed myself."
Again.
You're welcome.
Again.
You're welcome.
If something comes in here and starts patting on me, I'm going to say, go in there and make some damn hot chocolate.
Helen, the reason why I brought the monkey down, I keep him usually put up. All these objects I always keep locked up and put away is because there is so much stuff that has been reportedly happened with these, especially him. He usually goes off about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and you can hear him making the noises. He has no batteries in him. Of course, he's old.
But he's cool looking.
He's very, very, very old, as you can tell. And so this is one reason why I brought him out, is because he comes from a very shady background. Let's just say that. We'll just leave it at that. Hey, I am looking for you. What's your name? Can you tell me your name, please? Charlie says, love you, Dad and Mom. Can you come through for Charlie? She said, trust me. Wow. I have heard so many different things tonight. Thanks for your input, Steph. I appreciate you looking and putting the earbuds on and everything for me. A lot of times we can't hear what you do for everything that we're trying to listen to here. We're getting ready to close up the portal. Anybody want to come through? Last call. Dean, is that you? Dean, are you there? Jackson? With. Cindy, that sounded like Melissa. That sounds like her. Now you can hear me. We can hear you. Are you okay, sweetheart? Can somebody tell me what happened to Melissa?
God sees it.
God seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us? Can you tell us what happened to her? Can somebody come through and tell us what happened? Can somebody help us? We need help, please. What happened to Melissa?
Jesus.
Jesus.
She with Jesus? Can you tell me what happened to her? I cannot understand what that one said.
Dead.
Can you please tell me again? I couldn't understand you. Are you not wanting to? Something in the bed. Something bad. And then they opened the door. What happened in the bed? Can you tell me? What happened? You know, the door's always open for you to come in and talk to us. We appreciate everybody coming through with love and light. Did you hear that sound like a gunshot again?
Mm-hmm.
Are you all playing with the guns?
Yes.
Can anyone else come through and tell us what happened to Melissa? She has loved ones here.
About what you're. It's real.
Sound like it said he got her. And then it said that's real. Could be talking about anybody, you know, God or whatever. I don't know the whole story about anything. What do you think about it, Chris?
Well, I am very inclined to think that it definitely has been an active month. And I think that we've gotten a whole bunch of stuff that we've not gotten before. But I do want
Yes.
to go over. I do want to go over some things.
Every time me and Sharon are together, it's crazy.
Lloyd brought up that very point. A very good point. He said,
Always
"With Sharon
crazy.
there, it's way more active."
It really is.
So
We've always done that.
yeah. So let's talk about a few things from the 75 crash.
Okay.
Interstate 75, Kentucky. This was several years ago. A family of 5 got killed, and one individual who is a friend of Lloyd's got killed. We've actually managed to talk a little bit more about these pictures, some of which was submitted, and I'm going to talk about one that really gets me. It's right here. Look at that reading that you've got there on, what is that? What
EMF.
kind? EMF. This is on a highway where there's no electricity. And if you'll notice the burn marks in the upper corner, that was from the accident. Still there. Tell me what happened there, Stace.
This is where a wreck happened that killed 6 people.
Okay.
That said a full name. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Ashley Goebel?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it said?
Yes.
Or Nash Goebel?
Ashley Goebel.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm keeping it low
No,
in the back in case it comes
okay.
through to tell us something about what we're talking about.
That's
Because you
okay.
know, every time we talk, Chris, it goes crazy.
Yeah, it does. It goes bonkers.
Yep.
Now let's take a look at this one here. We see the face, which we showed people last week. But describe that a little more. I mean, you can actually see.
We were around. This is, you know, right after it happened. We went up there. he wanted to see what I felt at this area, and I'm always inclined to tell him what I'm feeling when we go past the places. Any kind of haunting or something's in there that's crazy, I usually carry a journal with me. And in these areas that are bad, when we get out, I can always smell something that smells horrible. So I told him, just in case, I'm going to start taking pictures because you can smell things. I said, we need to check around make sure there's nothing around here that's been hit that could cause that.
Yeah.
Because I always want to be the skeptic. Took some pictures in the area, and we could see it with our own eyes. And we started getting like a face that just popped up out of the roadway. And I snapped it, and you can actually see the same face that we saw looking back at us. And it was only there for about 2 seconds. And I don't know how we managed to get the pic.
This one blows my mind. All I'm going to say is shoes. The shoes you've got circled there, the only feet in your picture that you knew of with the naked eye were the shoes of the individual wearing like the camo pants, right?
Yeah, I'm standing back probably 10 feet, 10, 12 feet. And I'm getting, on this side of the road, I'm getting the rest of to see if I can catch anything in the pigs. And there's no one there but he and I. And as you can see, I'm over here. I have black Converse on because I'm just a Converse girl. But you can see him standing there. And then you can see another pair of feet that are near him there. And I don't know who those belong to because they were not us.
Okay, one last.
Same area when it was popping up, and it came up out of the roadway at us.
And
it actually attacked me.
In the upper left-hand corner, there's something going on there. And, of course, pretty much center of the pic, there's something, some kind of anomaly. I don't know what that is, but it's something.
Yeah, we could see it.
Yeah, that's what kind of thing.
We could see it, we could smell it, and it was absolutely horrible.
Now, the next thing.
It also followed us home. Whenever I try to warn these people that get on Ouija boards and that go and play with things like this when they're not prepared for anything like this, don't do it. Don't do it because I have been there, folks. I have been to the graveyards. I have been to the haunted places. I have had things attached to me. I have brought them home with me. I've been in this for decades.
It's like
don't do it. It isn't worth it.
It's hard to get away from it.
I got in the Jeep, which was parked 50 feet even behind me more. Got in the Jeep. And when I got in the Jeep, felt my legs burning. So I took a snap. My EMF was still on. When I got up in the seat, I laid the EMF. And it starts going off. It's going off on me, on my legs, everywhere. And we've not started the Jeep. We're just sitting there because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't want this to go home with me. It didn't matter what I thought. It went home with me.
And it took you a long time to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It affected everybody. It's a hard thing, like I said, I can only just warn people that, don't do it. It's not worth it. I promise.
We are going to talk more at length about this. That'll be available for all the Patreon members. But my next logical question, big question, are you sure that you want to go back to this with the video cameras and all this stuff?
The last time I went there to fight.
Okay. To what end are we doing this?
I also blessed the whole area as a means to, having it go away. But I got rid of it.
I wonder if those shoes belong to one of the victims.
I also thought that.
Well, think about it. One of the girls that died was 13 or 14. She was a baby. And especially teenagers, teenage girls love to wear sometimes bright colors, bright clothing, which is perfectly fine. But,
Right.
I've known Stace for more than 40 years, and I don't think I've ever seen you in a pair of shoes like that.
No.
Ever. Like you said, you're a Converse person. But this looked like something that.
I'm the ghost T-shirt wearing chick with the Converse
Yeah. And the fast cars.
with the nitrous in the back seat.
With the nitrous in the back seat. Mm-hmm. But I can't help but wonder if that may have been that little girl's. Maybe she was there. Let's
I
talk. We'll
thought
talk
they may have
briefly
been trying
about
to protect
theory.
me.
Yes, we'll talk briefly about theory, and God knows you know more about it than I do. But in an event so traumatic, something like that happens, you can't help but think they are suddenly thrown out of their body, and they don't know what's going on.
And they were
Perfect
taking a
example.
family trip.
Yeah, they were coming back home from a trip to Florida. Um, a movie that always comes to my mind that explains it beautifully is called The Others with Nicole Kidman.
Absolutely.
She's thinking she's being haunted. She's not being haunted. She's doing the haunting, and she don't get it. If you've never seen it, watch it. It'll throw your mind into a tizzy. But they don't know. And what could be worse than not knowing that you're not living anymore?
Sharon, you
I,
pull your chair up, come over here.
I think that that's a lot of it.
Yes.
I do. So if you're game, we'll start doing videos that we'll post on a regular basis, strictly for Patreon folks.
I'm ready.
It's going to be you and I talking like we're talking right now. And yes, sometimes we will have the portal in the background. That I'll leave that entirely up to you.
Absolutely, we will. We will do it. And if we don't want to bring that, I'll bring. We got it.
Now, in
Ready to
terms,
go.
let me check chat one more time before we bail out for the evening, because we've had a lot going on. Lloyd says he's ready to go with it, and Charlie had a really good question. How did you get rid of it? The negative entity that followed you home from the crash site.
I fought it. Listen, ask Sharon. How many times have we fought?
A lot with body, mind, soul, prayers, holy water, sage, you name it.
I don't know how to put this. I've always had a sense about things, and you get to the point where I guess it's like that. It's like Lloyd and everybody else, tells me you don't have that fear button like everybody runs. You don't have that. You instantly get mad.
No, I'm a dumbass. I
Nothing
walk straight
scares
forward,
you.
but I want to know what it is and
Yeah.
who it is and why
Just
it
do
is
it.
doing what it's doing. And don't get me wrong, do I get shivers all the time? But there's also this peace that comes over me that says, no,
Well,
no.
in case you didn't know, I am a minister,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been for 10 years.
Yeah.
So when I go
It's
to fight
called
the good
faith.
fight, I'm ready.
It's called faith. Now, I mean, I really don't know how else to put it. It's one of those things that you can explain, but you can't explain it. You can explain it to
Right.
yourself. It's called faith.
Yep.
Faith is the substance of knowing that you may not get what you want, but you're going to be okay, because when God is for you, who can be against you? And I'm not saying he's putting me out there to do this, but I'm saying it kind of stands to reason if I'm here and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Today alone, I got, I don't know how many new messages and people joining. We've got this little thing on Facebook, which is for everybody. And all you got to do is ask to join. And at least, unless you're a jerk, I'll put you in. Stace will put you in. Lloyd will put you in. Because I think you guys have key administrative rights too. But it's called The Vanished and the Missing. And it's for anybody whether you're like Sharon and a mother who's been battling grief for 30 some years, let me tell you something. And I say this with all respect, but I say this because it's the truth. When you're Sharon and you know, okay, this is what's going on, somebody killed my child, it's painful and it takes it to another level because you don't, let me rephrase this. We can't prove yet that we look, I know who did it. I know you, you bitch. And if I ever have my way, you'll be thrown under a jail cell. And everybody that helped you will smoke big ones in hell. It's that simple. And this ain't going to be no little video where right there at the end I changed my mind. It's not happening. Now, I'm not going into this looking for evidence to prove a theory. Let me rephrase that. I'm looking for the evidence that proves a theory. I'm not going in and letting the theory fit the crime. I want the evidence to tell us what happened. And there's enough of it out there that swears it, especially when that little girl has spoke from beyond the grave.
So many times. And if they could only walk in Sharon's shoes. The night this happened and she went to the hospital to get her dead baby, the doctor tells her.
The doctor said it. He said this was not
killed.
drowning, you know. That was his
Sharon,
exact words. This was not drowning, you know.
This is not a drowning, Sharon. The doctor
The
told
ER
her
agreed with it, from what I understood.
Yeah.
And then,
if somebody told you that about your child, folks, would you give up or would you be the crazy mother who never gave up?
Oh, I'd be the crazy daddy and mama.
I mean, I'm tired of hearing people say she needs to drop it. She needs to stop. She needs to let it go.
I can't imagine.
Would you let it go, folks, if the doctor told you? 2 doctors, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
No, it was not. No, it was not a drowning.
And an autopsy at somebody who read the results of the autopsy at a U.S. military installation said there's no way in heaven or hell
That's right,
I'd rule this a drowning, an accident.
And what about whenever they pulled the second autopsy up? What about all the missing parts that proved if she was choked?
Oh, yeah. What happened to her hyoid
missing
bone?
Body parts.
Hyoid bone, when you're strangled, cracks. That's about the only time it can crack unless the coughing is so violent. It's practically unheard of. Any medical professional will tell you that. But yet that was missing. Parts of her female anatomy was missing.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was just gone. I guess it was the magic fairy just up and gone like a fart in the wind.
The best one was that she was out there making out. Really? Is that why she still had a tampon present, folks?
Dear God.
We're talking about
There's so much about this that it makes no sense. It's like a monkey screwing a football. And yet there's people that go, okay, that's what happened. Not me.
Yeah, I mean, her friends were only gone for 15 minutes and, they came back and she was floating, 20-some feet out there. You could really see her and everything. Did I do a reenactment? I did.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see my friend that I put in the water that was the exact size of April? And she had a white life jacket on, folks. Same time, same place April was supposedly found.
And you couldn't even see her.
I walked out on the dock and I still couldn't see her.
She had
I've been on this for many years, folks.
This is coming and it's long overdue, but there keeps little things keep popping up. Well, guess what? I'm pretty good at persistence. So, as I was saying, though, there are people like Sharon out there who fight with this every day. But can you imagine not knowing at all if they're alive or dead?
She can't go in and kiss her daughter goodnight. Only thing she has left.
Can't call her on the phone.
Her 16-year-old baby's gone.
By now, April probably would have had kids, I'm sure. A career.
Yes.
Family.
Yes.
She would have had all these things that would really make life worth living.
She was going to be a veterinarian.
And she would have been a good one.
Yes.
But, it was maybe a year or so ago when I did one on Heather Teague. I interviewed her mother in Heather's bedroom. The pain on that woman's face was very akin to that on Sharon's. Only She didn't know what happened to Heather. There was no body to bury. There was no nothing.
I
So
couldn't do
that's the
it.
purpose of that, and that's the purpose of why we do what we do. It's for all
That's
levels of
right.
grief. And there's
That's right.
people out there that miss the ones that they love. That is hell on earth. I tell you how I got past it. Well, if that's what you call getting past it. What I do is I do this fight for them. And I
Yeah.
do it for me too because it does make me feel a little better. Because every time I say the name Trevor Huff, Muriel Baldridge, April Pennington, every time I say these names, people are like, who? Oh, yeah. So we don't forget.
Never.
There's bad people in the world, folks, but let me tell you, there's good people too. And I'm not putting myself, I'm just somebody out there doing. Stacy changed the face of this whole thing when she came in, which is what needed to happen. And like I said, it started out as being nothing more than something to promote a podcast. And then apparently at some point, April came to Sharon. Sharon can tell you more about it because Sharon came to me and said, April wants you to keep doing these videos. Was that how it went?
Yes. April came and she said, Chris needs to continue.
And I had no plans of it.
And she spoke to you up there at the graveyard too. I mean,
First time I'd ever
you
visited
know,
her grave because I just couldn't
I
bring myself
had
to it.
had the app running. April
It's
was
hard.
talking, and then I turned the app off and laid my phone down in the console of the car, and my phone came back on, and it was
By itself.
her, and she actually talked to Chris.
She did.
I've heard her tell him love Crease.
Oh, I broke into tears. I've got no. But you see, a lot of people think, well, he does this because of Trevor. Yeah, I do. You do this,
Absolutely.
but I also do it because of April.
For
And I
our
do
loved
it
ones.
for Derek Engelbretson.
And your loved ones.
I do it for people I've never met because
Yeah.
I would hope somebody somewhere would mention me. And I think that that's why God has put this on me to say, you know what?
You're right,
You've got a
too.
big mouth. Why don't you use it for something
You
that
got a
I
gift,
want?
too.
So I'm like, well, okay.
And we found that out real quick, like whenever we had to go up there and work Dwayne's case.
Oh, in the lake? Yeah, I damn near fell in the gully. If it wasn't for Lloyd, I probably would have went head first into
I
that
don't
damn
know
If it
ditch.
wasn't for you there, I don't think I could have took 2 more steps.
I don't know if they can see that with the camera or not. That's April's report card.
Yeah. Sharon posted April's report card on Facebook if anybody want to see her A's, by the way.
Oh yeah, she had good grades.
She's a
Was
good
she?
girl. Yeah,
I don't
I
know if they
mean,
can see it or not.
at 16 years old, we all like to drink coolers and have fun.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody going to say anything bad about that.
No, I mean I did my fair share of rocking and rolling or whatever you want to call it. But
Oh my gosh, yes.
April was never somebody who picked on anybody. She was the exact opposite. She would come to the defense of those who being picked on.
That's
She
right.
would
And
do that.
I think that
That's
that's
right.
one of the messages that she wanted to get through to you too, Chris, is to not stop with her and to continue with helping everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
The
she knew
the
her
Mountain
spirit.
Mysteries was going to be a 2-pump chump. Going to pump out a couple of episodes about April and hopefully get some doors open. And that was going to be it for me. Then the next thing I know, along came this one and that one and this one and that one. And I'm going back and forth and I'm like, my God, does it ever end? Well, the answer is no. It doesn't end. But I guess what I'm saying, if I'm saying anything at all, is these people need to have a voice. And it would be really nice. Now, I am almost down to the keel as to what happened to April. I have my beliefs about it, and it would take a whole heck of a lot to change that. But I can also tell you that there's so many more. These 6 people who died on the Interstate 75, here's what threw me into a tizzy about that. Did you know that in the same spot, there was another 6 who died? Am I wrong about that, Stacy?
There's something bad there
That's what got
just,
me going. I said, well, 6 people dying, that's beyond tragedy.
we're going to get to the bottom of it too.
But then another 6 people died. And I told Stacy, I'm waiting on the next. Because then what have you got?
Six,
Six?
six, six.
Six?
And I want to warn everybody, this is not going to be love and light kind of things you're going to be seeing from us, because every case that we've done is not love and light. I wish I could say it was,
And just so
but
you know, I don't give a
this is
damn about
dark.
ratings. I don't care about ratings. That's not why we're doing it. We are doing it because I can't get the pictures of those kids out of my head. They were on their way back from
I
Florida.
can
They
hear
got
them.
struck head on. They burned to death.
We were talking about them last time, and some little kid voices came through, and I heard
Yeah.
some things.
And then, of course, you've got murders upon murders, parents killing their kids, kids killing their parents, people that don't know any. I've often thought, if we could get past this crap, what could we accomplish? If we could get past the hatred, if we could get past, and I ain't saying everybody hold your hands around the tree, kumbaya, my lord. No, I'm just saying recognize, there's things that Stacy may feel that I may not agree with, but I still respect her and love her as a human being. Same thing with Sharon. Same thing with anybody. I don't care who you are. And I could really give a damn less about the color of somebody's skin or their ethnicity or their religion. I'm an equal opportunity ass.
You're an equal opportunity lover.
Like
That's what my
Keanu
brother
Reeves.
said.
Yeah, equal opportunity love. Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. But
We were at the hospital when he had cancer, and all these nurses were coming after him, and he looked like Mickey Rourke. If you
yeah,
guys remember that 9.5 Weeks movie.
Mickey
So
Rourke's
all the
awesome.
women
Yeah,
were
he's awesome.
always, anywhere we go, all the women were always talking to him and flirting with him. He was a character. He was so sick, and we were sitting there, and this one came by, and she was a little dark skinned girl. She was adorable. And then another one came by. She was as pale as snow. And he said, I've been sitting here thinking. I said, what do you think about, bub? He said, I just have to tell you. He said, I do think I am an equal opportunity lover. And he
I
grinned.
even dated him.
Sharon remembers him. She broke her sandal going across the Van Leer train tracks, and he was walking to our house when we lived in West Van Leer. He was walking home from school, and he stopped her and asked her if he could help her fix her shoe. He tried to help her fix her little sandal, and then he started bragging on her. She had pretty hair, and
Then we started meeting down here at Giovanni's over here about where Mayo School is, and we'd go down there and hang out and listen to the jukebox.
Have a few beers, and the next thing you know, you're sitting at home going, "I shot the sheriff."
No,
you never tell.
I ain't gonna.
It's yeah. I've always been. I don't know. I remember I had a teacher in high school once that I overheard when I wasn't supposed to
Oh
say
Lordy,
that I would be on the draw before the time I was 21. And by the time I was 30, I would be pointless and worthless. By the time I was 30, I was working at the top radio station in the region on the morning drive, learning the craft of managing operations and doing, to be quite honest, probably better, according to her, than she was. Because I did run into people, and it's funny how you do that. And it's funny, especially if you're watching this in high school right now, the people that don't want nothing to do with you, they're going to want everything to do with you one day. The only thing that defines success and failure, it's not education. It's not knowing who you know. It is ambition, drive, and determination.
I always told you you'd be a. I can remember 7 years old. I always told you you'd be a great teacher, because I could listen, and Lloyd's the same way. We can listen to you read. If you even read a greeting card, me and Lloyd are like,
I got paid a great compliment once by a Kentucky State Trooper. And I'll tell you, his first name was Sean. He said, "Son, I would want one or of two people to narrate my shift,
that's all right.
either Sam Elliott or Chris Sloan." So, and I always took that as a great compliment. So, if I can be put up there with that level, Sam Elliott, I'm going to jump all over that like a boar hog on a corn cob
That's
because Sam
mom's
Elliott is
man.
just great. He's
Yeah.
awesome. I count him, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones. You know, James Earl Jones was born in Mississippi, raised in Michigan, and had a stutter until he was 19.
God,
He
he
is
was
the
awesome
voice
though,
of
man.
Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah,
dance like Michael Jackson.
that was years and years ago.
We
Now
did
I
hit
see why
we
they
did hit up Teen Town a time or two.
now I see why they call it breakdancing. Because if I tried to do something like that, I'd break something. So my thing now is sitting there with and just watching them. Okay, knock yourselves out, go. But we've got that in the mix. We've got April, and I'll go ahead and release the other ones. We are going to do a documentary on Heather Teague with her mom's permission. And we are looking at doing one for Dwayne Lovelace. That will be down the road a spell because I think something was hinky there. I just do.
You and me both.
And I can't help but wonder if God had me in Jackson for those 10 or 11 years just for that reason. I was running apartment complexes up there, but I met a lot of people, a lot of good people. And the people
Yeah.
I met, they all had stories like this. There's still people that went missing. Nobody knows where they're at, that were murdered. Nobody knows who did it. Oh, they know, they're just not talking. Very much like the case of April Renee Pennington. It's been, let's see, she died in what, 91? How many years has it been now?
32.
Thank you. Speaking of which, we may have a few friends to come up and do a cookout on Mother's Day. When Sharon said that you were going to come up there and do lay some roses, because that's on her birthday. Her
Yeah,
birthday falls on Mother's Day.
want to do some little private investigation as well for Patreon members.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know in 1975, April was born on Mother's Day. Mother's Day, called May 14th, 1975 was on Mother's Day. This year, May 14th lands on Mother's Day on Sunday like it did back then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out there and put some roses in the water, maybe some tea candles or some of them lanterns. We'll do it upright.
Yeah, maybe we can have some hot dogs or something like that, and hopefully invite some people up. Now, the people coming up there, it's not just for Patreon members; it's whoever. But what you find out
Everyone
when
come
we
on.
have done, yeah, that'll be
We're
for Patreon.
family.
Yeah,
We'll bring the griddle. We've got that big griddle that we bought. It's on my back
Mine's
deck.
May the 7th, Anita.
Mm-hmm. Oh, people ask them when birthdays are. When
We're all
yours
May
is?
babies.
No, I'm not. So, Dad always said, what was it he used to say? He said, I don't know why you're so upset. You got adopted. So,
There ain't no denying you.
no, I look a lot like my mama.
You
Mikey takes a lot after,
Identical.
yeah.
Identical.
And Mikey
She's
takes a lot
so cute.
after Dad. And,
He does look like that.
I've got Dad's temperament. Mikey's got Mama's temperament. And, because my dad took about as much crap as a teaspoon. He didn't take any. That's just the way he was. And I don't like it. And I'll tell you why I don't like it. It's too short, life.
True.
All I want to do is be happy. Be left alone by the drama seekers. I don't want no part of that crap.
Mm-mm.
But if there's something I can do to help you, I certainly will. If it's something that I'm decent at, like this, or something behind this thing, fine. It's like I told Gorman Collins Jr. I've got a face made for radio. And he looked at me without glancing and he said, and a voice for it too.
Yes.
So that's fine. But it's funny because when people meet me, they say, you sound like you're 7 foot tall. And I said, well, you never know what you're going to get, I guess.
Dynamite comes in small packages.
Well, back in the days when you first started, Chris.
But you're not. You're my height. You're not short.
My two favorite people to listen to on the radio out of
tall.
Prestonsburg was Chris Sloan and Jerry Grass. And,
Mm-hmm.
every time I hear you talk, you put me in the mind of my brother.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a lot of training by Paul Fife, Gorham. I learned from everybody. I do. And I'll never forget learning from Rick Dees. He told me, he pulled me off to the side. He said, "You know, the most important personality you'll ever have on the air is your own. Don't forget that." And
You
I've
do
carried
sound
that
like
with
him.
me. Hmm.
I think you sound a lot like him.
Rick was one of the nicest guys I'd ever met. I mean, he was very hospitable. He was very welcoming. You know, you would think, here's this guy on Kiss FM Los Angeles. He's going to be an ass because he's known all over the world. You know, he starred in the movie, or he had a role in the movie La Bamba, and
Yeah.
yeah, he had all this stuff going on. Rick D's in the weekly top 40, Rick D's and this and that and this and that. And when I met him, he walked over and gave me a hug, shook my hand, gave me a hug, what he called a Hollywood hug, pat pat
Oh,
pat, 3 pats, and that was it.
yeah.
And then he come on in, and he had this big, huge breakfast. I mean, if they didn't have it, you didn't want it. And he said, "You get whatever you want and get on in here and get on the air with it." I was like, "Wow, okay." So um, after talking to Jack Nicholson, who was promoting the movie As Good as It Gets, and Ashanti, who was a big singer back in the day,
Yes.
um, I thought to myself, and he asked me, he said, "You know, you didn't seem nervous. You can do this." And I said, "It was fun." Do I say this is fun? I wouldn't say fun. It's great to see people in here and people chatting, and to say that we've helped people and that we're helping people. That makes it worthwhile. But
Yes.
fun isn't necessarily a word I would use for it, because when we do this, or when I do an episode of the podcast, I've always got in the back of my mind, what do their parents think? What do their kids think? What does their family think? We've gone on a little longer than I wanted to. So let's you and I get together in the next day or two and do a video for Patreon, and we're going to start doing these. Some
Okay.
of them will be just me. Some of them may be just Stacy. Some of them, a lot of them, I hope, will be Stacy and I both, because Stacy is now co-host of the podcast of the Mountain Mysteries, and she is one half the team that makes up the gatherings. And Sharon, thank you for filling in tonight for Lloyd.
Oh, you're
It,
very welcome.
it's with great gratitude.
Anything that I can do to help anybody. I love to hear April come through, but want the other
I love that little squeaky voice. I love it.
I
I
want
love
the
her
other
voice.
people. I want their loved ones to come in too.
I do
I want
too.
the loved ones to come
So
connect with them.
yeah, I'm thinking that we may do something a little different on the gatherings coming soon, like dedicate an entire segment just for people trying to reach their loved ones. I mean, we do it as we can out of the chat, but if we can do something a little more and a little better, I think that that would be absolutely great,
Great.
especially because you know what? You know, I messaged you tonight when somebody said Gary through the portal or the spirit
I knew
box.
it. I knew after I
My
knew it.
dad's name was Gary, but I also recognize and I am respectful of the fact that my dad wasn't the only Gary in the world. And it may not be mine at all. I just wanted to remind Stace to say, hey, maybe, because I've heard my dad come through. I've heard my mom.
I have too. I've
I've
heard
heard
them both.
Ollie. I've heard Trevor.
Yes.
That is a blessing beyond measure for somebody. You know, Trevor was my brother, and his family is practically mine now. I look at his son like family. I look at his son's mom. Jennifer has always been like family to me. I've always loved her. Wanda, her name's Wanda Hale. She watches this program quite often. I love her to pieces because her and Trevor was such good friends. His family became my family became his family. And do you know that when mom died, 3 days after the fact, after the memorial, I should say, by the end of January, he calls me. What's your dad's phone number? I tell him. He said, I'll call you back. About an hour or two, whatever. I said, okay. He calls dad. And I'll never forget what dad told me, Trevor said. He said, you know, your brother there has a unique way of looking at things. And I said, yeah, he does. He said, he told me that a lot of people would be so disembarked with grief that they couldn't move on. He said, well, I'm there. He said, but he made me look at it this way. At least you had that love of your life. And Trevor said this, many people never get it.
That is so true.
Right in the face. Trevor Huff could do that to me better than anybody. I posted a pic of our bikes sitting side by side one time. We were in Tennessee on the way to Georgia. That was the time Trevor went down and he was so sick. We can turn around and go home. No, we're not. Anyways, Scott Watts, very dear friend. Love him and his family. He wrote 2 words. Never forget. Never forget. And I simply thought there's no way I could. The longer we live, the more we got to leave behind. That's just life. But this life is still worth living because the longer you go into it, the more you get. See, I've got memories that nobody can replace of Trevor, of my mom, of Dad, of Ollie. Hell, I could do a 5-hour show on that. Just the memories of one of those people. Of the times my parents set me straight when they needed to, encouraged me as they always did, and loved me through anything and everything. I'm lucky I had that. Trevor, same way. Ollie, I could tell you a million stories about him. Not a one of them a lie. And they were all great. That showed what kind of character he had. And let me tell you, he was undetested in high morals and character. He was the kind of guy you wanted by your side when shit got real. So was Trevor Huff. They never let me down. How lucky am I? So yeah, if I go on about those people a lot, it's the memories coming out.
Right.
But yeah, Sharon, with your permission, we would very much like to do something like that, I think. Have a little thing for April on Mother's Day, which is May, help me out here, 14th?
Sunday, May 14th.
Thank you very much, May 14th, which was baby girl's birthday.
I might have Charlie make some more baked beans.
Whew, Lord have mercy. Gonna look like something out of Blazing Saddles if you ain't careful. Mm-hmm. I want us to come up there. We'll get some hot dogs, throw some stuff on the grill, and let's talk about April. Let's talk about what we're doing with this whole thing. Let's talk about, maybe more importantly, what God is asking us to do. And let's follow in the Father's footsteps. Because He's the only thing that's going to get us through this. He's it. And I believe that now. I see it pretty clear. So I hope that you guys will consider coming out. Put it on your calendars right now. It'll be May 14th. We will set a time. We'll talk with Sharon and figure out what a good time is. And I'll go out and rent a shelter like we did before. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. Matter of fact, I may do that tomorrow and get a jump start on it. So we're not, squeezing the last minute stuff and everybody and their brother trying to get up there. So I can call Paintsville Lake tomorrow and do that. And let's show April and you guys that her life and all lives matter. And that the only way that we can have that kind of thing through eternity is through Christ. It ain't going to be a preaching thing. I'm not a preacher. What it's going to be is, wow. Why don't we do it for April and Trev?
That's what
that sounds good.
That's what I was thinking, Chris, because
Yep.
we had so much fun out there with Trevor and
absolutely.
And when I gave him that shirt, he did not hesitate. He snatched it and put it
on right there.
Wore it proudly. And
there's somebody that may want to be a part of that I hope will be. The lady that came up there and sang with him. Her name's Janine.
Absolutely.
I'll ask her. She don't have to sing. She can sing. She is extremely talented. But maybe we can get her too. And we can look around and ask. But everybody that's still watching this and will watch it in recordings from days to come, please consider coming. Sunday, May 14th, a time to be announced at Paintsville Lake. Incredibly easy to find the place. And if you can't for some reason, get a hold of Stacy or me. We'll meet you and you can follow us up. I'll take you right to it. And I think maybe this would do all of us some good. And we had a celebration of life for April, but maybe this can be just a happy birthday and a thank you to people that made so much difference in our lives. And I would love it if you were a part of it. There'll be no charge for it. You just come up, spend some time with us. If you knew April, if you want to talk about her memories, if you want to talk about what we do here, the podcast, if you just want to meet new friends and talk, we would love to have you. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Sounds good. So, yeah. All right, guys. It's late, and I did not mean to keep you all on here this long. It just kind of happened. So, but yeah, we've been on here for 2 hours and change. Love you guys. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for listening. And to those who came in late, you are forgiven. So don't worry about it. The important thing to me is the fact that you guys showed up, and thank you
Yeah.
all for being
Yeah.
here and supporting it. And remember, this program happens just about every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you, and we've got several new folks watching, and I can't say this enough. Love you for that. Thank you very much for coming in and spending
Yes.
your evening with us. I know it's, I know there's 1,000 other things you could do, but I can't think of something that's more meaningful. Stacy, I love you,
I
and
love
thank
you.
and thank you for being a part of this. It's amazing.
I enjoy being here
She's the bomb.
always.
.com. She is. Sharon, thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Love
Chris.
you.
Lloyd, Puddin', sleep safe with those dolls tonight. Until next time, I'm Chris Sloan. Stay mysterious.